Are you looking for a quick and easy lesson on how you can create an alien logo in Illustrator? If your answer is yes, then you're in the right place. Hi there everyone, my name is Andrei Marius. I've been working in Illustrator for over 10 years, and in this Envato Tuts Plus tutorial I'll put my experience to use as I show you step by step how you can create this nice alien logo using Adobe Illustrator. Before we begin, make sure to check out Envato Elements, where you can get unlimited downloads of stock videos, music, graphics, photos, fonts, and many more. That's millions of creative assets, all ready to use and with simple commercial licensing. Let's move to Illustrator to create a new document. Select pixels from this drop-down menu. Set the width and the height to 850 pixels. Make sure that the color mode is set to RGB and the resolution to 72 pixels per inch. And then you can click this button to create your new document. For the beginning, let's go to Window, and first of all, make sure that the control panel is active, and then open all the panels that have this check mark. Once you're done, go to View and Show Grid to enable the grid. Go again to View, but this time to Snap to Grid, which will enable the Snap to Grid feature. And for this tutorial, you need a grid line every 5 pixels, so let's go to Edit, Preferences, Guides and Grid. Just enter 5 in this grid line every box. Click OK to apply the changes. Press Ctrl and plus a few times to zoom in on your artboard. And let's start by selecting the ellipse tool from the toolbar. Simply click on your artboard to open this window where you can set the size of your new shape. Let's make it a 250 pixel circle. Keep it selected. Select the stroke and remove the color. Select the fill and let's replace this white with 0, 160 and 120. Move to the control panel and first of all make sure that the alignment is set to artboard, and then just click these two buttons to easily move your shape in the center of the artboard. Continue with the anchor point tool and use it to drag the handles of this top point 90 pixels to the right like this. Keep in mind that you can have a look inside the info panel to know exactly when you get to 90 pixels. When you're done, move to the bottom anchor point, and for this one you need to drag the handles 30 pixels to the left like this. And then you'll need to switch to the direct selection tool. Use it to drag this point 90 pixels down. Hold down the shift key as you click and drag to constrain the movement of this point. Again, remember that you can have a look inside the info panel to know exactly when you get to 90 pixels. Continue with these 2 points and drag them 20 pixels down like this. Now select just this point and drag the bottom handle 100 pixels like this. And let's do the same for this one. And now that you've got your head shape, you can click on it to select it. Press Ctrl and plus to zoom in on it. And reselect the ellipse tool from your toolbar to create the eyes. Start with a 150 by 60 pixels shape. Replace the fill color with 8, 17 and 32. Now use the anchor point tool to turn these 2 points into sharp points. Switch to the selection tool and use it to rotate your shape 45 degrees. If you can't see this bounding box, you need to go to View, and here you will find Show Bounding Box. Now keep in mind that you also need to hold down the Shift key to constrain the angle of rotation. Let's rotate our shape 45 degrees like this. When you're done, select both of your shapes and click the green one to make it the reference shape. Now click these 2 buttons to easily align your dark shape with the bottom and right edge of this green shape. Select just this dark shape and hold down the shift key as you click and drag it 70 pixels up like this, and also drag it 10 pixels to the left like this. Keep it selected and go to Object, Transform and Reflect. Check this vertical box and then click the copy button to easily create this horizontally flipped copy. Let's align this copy with the left edge of your green shape and then select just the copy. Remember to hold down the shift key and drag it 10 pixels to the right, like this. Now hold down the shift key to select both of these dark shapes. Switch to the direct selection tool so that you can get access to the corners section and increase the corners radius to 8 pixels. Continue with the selection tool and use it to reselect just this head shape. Press Ctrl C to copy it and then Ctrl and F twice, which will add 2 copies in front. Keep this top copy selected and just drag it 15 pixels down and 15 pixels to the right. Remember that you can have a look inside the info panel to know exactly when you get to 15 pixels. When you're done, hold down the shift key to select both of your copies. Click this minus front button from the Pathfinder panel and fill the resulting shape with 0, 243, and 20. Now you need to disable the snap to grid for a few moments and also go to Edit, Preferences, and General. Make sure that the keyboard increment is set to 5 pixels and click OK to apply the changes. Select just this left eye shape and press again Ctrl C and Ctrl F twice to add 2 copies in front. This time you need to select the bottom copy. Start by pressing the left arrow key, which will move your copy 5 pixels to the left, and then press the up arrow button twice to move your copy 10 pixels up, like this. Now hold down the shift key to select both of your copies. Press again this minus front button from the Pathfinder panel. You can use the eyedropper tool to easily fill this new shape with this same neon green. Continue with the selection tool and use it to select both of these neon green shapes. Merge them using this Unite button from the Pathfinder panel. Switch to the direct selection tool so that you can select this point. Press Ctrl M plus several times to take a closer look at this point, because as you can see we have 2 anchor points really close to each other. You need to make sure that you have the right anchor point selected and remove it using this button. Make sure that the remaining anchor point is selected and set the corners radius to 20 pixels. Now click the head shape to select it and press Ctrl- to zoom out. Reselect this neon green shape and press Ctrl C and Ctrl F to add a copy in front. You can use the reflect tool to flip this copy like this. Remember to turn back on the snap to grid, which will allow you to easily move this copy to the right edge of the head shape. Now hold down the shift key to select both of these neon green shapes and merge them using this button. Continue with the direct selection tool and select this point. Set the corners radius to 100 pixels. Move to the layers panel to drag this neon green shape on top of the head shape behind the eyes. And let's continue with the nose. You'll need again the ellipse tool, so select it from your toolbar. Click again on your artboard and let's create a 5 by 15 pixels shape. Use again the eyedropper tool to fill this ellipse with this dark color. Use the selection tool to align this tiny shape with the bottom edge of the head. Let's drag it 45 pixels up. Move it in this exact position. You can now press Ctrl M plus several times to zoom in on it. Switch to the anchor point tool and use it to drag the handles of this top point like this. Return to the selection tool, hold down the Alt key and drag a copy of this shape 15 pixels to the right in this position. Rotate this copy 45 degrees to the right. Select the original one and rotate it 45 degrees to the left. And now that you've got the nose, let's continue with the mouth. Reselect the ellipse tool from your toolbar and use it to create a 30 by 20 pixels shape. Let's move it in this exact position. Select the stroke and apply a 4-point stroke. We need to replace this color with the same color that is used for the fill. You can select the fill, double-click the color code and press Ctrl C to copy it. Move to the stroke, again double-click the color code and press Ctrl V to paste that color. Now switch again to the anchor point tool and click these 2 points to turn them into sharp points. Continue with the rectangle tool and use it to create a shape which covers the bottom half of this shape. Use the selection tool to select both of these shapes and click the minus front button from the Pathfinder panel. Return to the appearance panel and open the strobe flyout panel. Check this round join button to add a bit of roundness to these edges. Now select both of your eye shapes and press Ctrl- to zoom in on them. Return to the ellipse tool from your toolbar. Let's use it to create a 10 pixel circle and a 20 pixel circle. To select both of these shapes and again use the eyedropper tool to fill them with this neon green. Let's place the smaller circle in this position and this one in this location. Now hold down the shift key to select both of these circles. Hold down the alt key to drag copies to the right. Use again the reflect tool to flip these copies. Move them in this exact position. And when you're done, you can reselect the head shape and press Ctrl- to zoom in on it. Keep it selected and go to Object, Path, and Offset Path. Set the offset to 20 pixels. Let's fill this new shape with this dark color. Keep it selected and focus on the appearance panel. Make sure that you have the fill selected and go to Effect, Stylize, and Outer Glow. Let's move this panel aside. You need to change the blending mode to normal. Lower the opacity to 60% and increase the blur to 70 pixels. Replace this color with that same neon green. Click OK and OK to apply this effect. Return to the appearance panel and add a second fill for your selected shape using this button. Keep it selected, don't change the color, and first of all go to Effect, Path, and Offset Path. Set the offset to -20 pixels. Click OK to apply this first effect. Make sure that your top fill is still selected, and let's go to Effect, Distort and Transform, and Transform. Drag this move vertical slider to 30 pixels, which will move your fill 30 pixels down. Click OK to apply this second effect. Reselect this top fill and let's apply a Gaussian blur effect. Set the radius to 15 pixels. Click OK to apply this final effect. Return to the appearance panel to lower the opacity of this top fill to 75%. And finally, let's add a background for this logo. You can deselect your design. Press Ctrl N0 to zoom back on your entire artboard. Let's select all of the shapes that make up your logo and press Ctrl G to group them. Click this button to move your logo in the center of the artboard. And to create the background, let's select the rectangle tool from the toolbar. Click on your artboard and let's create a shape which will cover your entire artboard. Center it again using these two buttons. Let's drag it below the logo. Make sure that the fill color is the same that you use for the eyes. And with this final touch, your design is complete. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Remember to hit that like button as it helps me know that I did a good job. Subscribe if you aren't already and don't forget to click that little bell icon to be notified of any new tutorials. I'm Andrei Marius and I'll see you in the next video.